Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Potatoes are my favorite and we use a lot in everyday cooking. They are key ingredient in Pakistani and Indian dishes and goes very nicely with cauliflower, spinach and many more dishes. Talking about English dishes, potatoes have an important part and you cannot have mouth-watering fish and chips without having quality potatoes. We use Maris Piper potatoes a lot in home and they are good all-rounder. They have a very balanced taste and texture which goes nicely with most of dishes. This year I thought to grow potatoes for very first time using potatoes from supermarket. This video is all about preparing seed potatoes, planting approach, how to look after, and more importantly, I will be sharing my successful harvest. These are Maris Piper seed potatoes. To prepare these, I have taken 2 small size potatoes from potato bag which I bought from supermarket. Leave them in kitchen or in a paper bag for few weeks and moment you start to see greenish sprouts, they are ready to be planted. This process is very similar to prepare seedling and considering that kitchen area is fairly warm, so potatoes will sprout in no time. Maris Piper is a main crop potatoes and will be ready to harvest in over 90 days. I'm planting these around end of June, bit late but we'll see what happens. I'm going to plant them in container which is 27 cm deep and has a diameter of 34 cm. Make sure to have good size drainage holes and make a 10 cm compost base. I'm using here multi-purpose compost. Place both seed potatoes with a gap and cover with 10 cm thick layer of compost. Give a good amount of water and cover with netting. I have fairly active 3S which are slugs, snails and squirrels in my garden. So hopefully netting will protect the plants in early stage. Leave the container in a sunny area of the garden. By the end of second week, you will start to see good foliage and plants are looking strong and healthy. This is now perfect time earthing up the potatoes with multi-purpose compost. You can start by adding compost on the sides and fill up the container. Don't worry about compost covering the leaves. The whole idea of earthing is to allow new roots growth from stems and this will also potentially leads to better harvest or more potatoes. Try not to fill the container to top and always keep compost level at least 1 or 2 inches below from top. This will be helpful to stop water splashing out during watering the container. In containers, you don't really need to use earthing up approach. You can fill it completely at planting stage and this will not cause any issue. I was keen to see how earthing up works, so thought to use this time. Give a good amount of water and leave in a sunny area of the garden. You can see here how rapidly plants are growing in week 3. By the end of third week, you can see plants growth is very significant and this continues in following weeks. The plants are getting taller and bushier and at one stage I have to give support with canes and twine. In terms of watering routine, make sure to water well on a regular basis. Considering that I have planted back in June and weather for next 3 months was warm, so best to check container and water well if required. From week 3 onward, I have also given plant feed once a week. While watering, make sure to water all around our compost but not on leaves as water will just splash out. Apart from good watering routine, nothing much is required. Close to harvest, plants are well over 1 meter high and I found that my selection of short length canes was not right compared to the size of plants. A good lesson for next year. In 4th week of September, I started to notice leaves are getting kind of grayish. Possibly a sign of early blight. The good thing about potato is even with early blight which is visible on leaves, the potatoes are still protected or fine due to being under compost. However, if this started to extend via stems to potatoes, then a bad harvest can be expected. I checked the stem and they seem fine, so my immediate action was to cut the stems close to compost to disconnect damaged leaves. For harvesting, ideally you have to wait until leaves are yellow. A potato plant goes to dieback stage. But in my case, plants are well over 90 days and possibly experiencing early blight, so best to harvest now. Let's start the potatoes search and rescue operation, and I have no idea if I will manage to harvest a single potato. So let's see. In the end, it is a good harvest, just over 2 kg from 2 small potatoes, and cannot wait to eat them tonight. There are some big size and some small, but overall this is a fantastic harvest. On the potatoes, you may notice brown spots. Don't worry about them and just take the skin off and enjoy the harvest. If you want to store potatoes, you can harden skin by leaving for 2 weeks before or after harvest. New potatoes have a very soft skin, and by hardening skin, you can increase storage life. I found the flavor of harvested potatoes super tasty, and as you know, you can't beat the taste of homegrown new potatoes. For many years, we have been using Maris Piper potatoes from supermarket, but the taste and texture of homegrown potatoes was on next level. Overall, potatoes are easy to grow, and if you have not tried to grow them, do give a try and you won't be disappointed. If you like this video, leave a comment or give a like. Do share which varieties you are planting this year in the comment section. If you want to follow my gardening journey, then do subscribe to my channel and follow on Instagram. Link is available in description. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time with a new gardening project.